It's Friday, so we need a hook. I got
Yeah.
one. I got one. Bum, bum, bum,
Aye, aye,
bum, bum, bum.
aye, aye.
Hey folks, welcome back to our channel.
Hello.
Special hello to everybody that was hooked by our serenading.
Yeah. And if you can tell us what song it was in the comments.
We'll be super impressed. Super impressed.
Yeah.
You watch how many people? I don't know. I'm far too young.
Yeah, way before my time.
Way before my time.
I had to Google it.
Yeah, no. Anyway, it's Friday, so we thought we'd join in with the
Friday.
I was reeled it up then.
Oh, okay.
We thought we'd join in with the extravaganza that is Froggy Friday.
Yeah.
See, feel that. So Froggy Friday is organised by Girl in the Garage and the Dragon's Cave. Links will be down in the description along with the playlist. Make sure you check it out because there are often some very interesting frogs.
There are.
There are. But here's ours.
Here's our interesting frog.
Well, it's a frog. Let's go with that. So I am making the frog.
You are?
It's Nikki, in case anybody's wondering.
Because they can't tell because gloves on the hands.
Well, yeah. You just never know. You never know. Although it's pretty obvious because that's my keyboard in front of my levelling board.
You can tell because your desk is clean.
Well, there's that too. Yeah, it's a very clean desk. Yeah. So the first thing I did was I thought I'd put some eyes in because everybody seems to put eyes in their frogs. And unfortunately, I was too lazy to make any eyes, and we don't own any nice eyes. But what we do have is some wibbly wobbly eyes.
Googly eyes.
Googly eyes, they're called.
Googly eyes, yeah.
I call them wibbly wobbly because they wibble wobble when you move them.
I remember you making this frog.
Yes.
And every so often I kept hearing a scream and going, ah!
Oh no, that's coming out.
Oh,
okay. That's coming out. Now, this is the first. Is it the first frog I've ever made?
No.
Have I made a frog before? I don't think I have.
Not Froggy Friday.
I don't think I've made a frog before. You've made a frog.
Have you not?
No. This is my first one.
Oh.
So I glued some eyes in with some UV resin and then put it under the UV light for.
That's a good thing to do with UV resin.
For a good amount of time to make sure that they were in there firmly.
It's about 3 minutes.
3 minutes, yeah.
3 minutes is the optimal.
3 minutes is the optimal time, but I generally put them in for about 5.
Just for good measure.
Yeah, because like you're supposed to stir for 3 or 4 minutes, and I always stir for 6.
Okay.
I like to be sure that I've, fully done the thing.
So what you're saying is that you like to make sure that it is stuck in there.
I wanted to be sure there were no mishaps with eyes later on.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we had some fun. Anyway, then I made sure that my mould was super clean because I'd, already done it once or twice. But I thought I'd do it again just to be sure, because to be sure. Sorry to any Irish viewers. It's like really poor attempt. It's really, really quite shocking. So I then used some stuff, mica powder.
Shiny stuff.
It's the Aurora mica powders.
Oh, yeah.
Which you're only allowed to use under very strict supervision due to the small amount that is required and your inability to use small amount.
Those I use quite sparingly. It's a billion glitters that you've got on the shelf there that I don't.
Well, there's also rules about those, but you just don't obey that rule.
Yeah, we've got so many of them that I just don't care.
I'm going to take a photograph of my glitters. I'm going to put it in the community tab.
Yeah.
And ask the audience,
Okay.
is this too many glitter? And if one person comes back and says, that's nowhere near enough, I am buying some.
And
is that a deal?
Oh,
No.
If they come back and go, that's way too many, you have to get rid of some.
Deal. Deal. I can do that. That is not a problem. I can do that.
Yeah.
For anybody watching, if you do write that, it will not be funny.
No, it will. It'll be hilarious.
It will not be funny.
Yeah.
I will cry. I will sob like a baby. Anyway, once I'd done a bit of aurora around the eyes, I then took some Let's Resin. I think that's the champagne gold colour. Chameleon powder.
That looks like the green.
It's the champagne, which goes from gold to green.
Yeah.
Gold to a greenish-y. It's got a really nice sort of shift on it. I like it.
They are really good, and to be fair, they do look stunning.
They do. They are really. I really like the Let's Resin.
We've had those for ages as well.
Yeah.
They've lasted a really, really long time.
They have. Mica lasts for ages though.
Yeah.
Them ones that we bought when we first started doing resin, we've still got them, and I've been desperately trying to, get a shot of them so I can buy some new ones.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed until they're gone.
No, and I'm pretty sure that most people have seen our board of mica.
Yeah.
And we do have a plethora.
We do. Yeah, we do. Now, one thing I found with this lovely mould is the blooming feet are a nightmare. Because my brush that I've got, I've got quite a fat brush.
Yeah.
And it doesn't, see, we're so stingy, we've only got one mica brush each. Haven't we?
No, I've got loads.
Okay.
I've just...
Kirk's got loads, but he doesn't share because, I don't know why. Anyway, I've got one mica brush. One.
No, I've got a few.
And it's quite a fat mica brush. And it didn't really fit in the little toes. On the bright side, I made this frog, and then I made this just before Christmas. And we went round to my son's Christmas Day, and we were playing a quiz, weren't we? And one of the questions that came up was, how many toes does a frog have? And I knew the answer. Because of this mould.
Wow.
I know.
Not only is this entertaining, it's also educational.
Yes.
Yeah.
I knew that a frog had 5 toes. I was so, so proud of myself. And I actually won.
Yeah.
Which was very surprising. I feel it was the frog.
There's actually 4 there, though.
No. If you look at the back feet.
But the front ones?
No. It was on about the back. It's got 5. I can't remember what the question was, but it was to do with the back bit.
I think it was a salamander.
No, a salamander doesn't have 5 toes.
No, I know. But I'm sure the question was about a salamander or an amphibian or something.
Anyway, the front bit would be the hands, wouldn't it? There'd be fingers.
Fingies.
Fingers.
They're all legs, aren't they?
No, those are hands and those are toes. Those are feet. If you stood the frog up, that's his hands.
His hands?
His hands! That's his hands!
There's his handsies there.
There's his handsies.
Okay.
Anyway, so I've done the gold in the
gold?
That bit there. Now, because I've never done this mould before, I'm now microing a bit that there was absolutely no point doing because it's not actually part of the mould.
I remember that, yeah.
Which was a learning curve. Every day is a learning curve. Well, so, but on the bright side, it did look pretty when it was curing.
It did. Didn't that give you a little bit of
rapport?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to break off. But
yeah, that's
foreshadowing.
What?
You're spoilers.
How am I spoiling it? You're microing the bit that's there to support the leg.
Well, I didn't know that at the time that I was microing it. I thought that was actually part of the mould.
It is part of the mould.
Well, no, I thought it was
part of the frog.
I thought it was part of the actual frog. Anyway, I did the inside bit of the leg. I did the right bit as well. So I did that with the aurora as well.
Yeah.
So
well done.
I know. That was very, very good.
You'll get used to doing this micro lark soon.
I've made a few frogs now.
You have, but this was the first one.
This was the first one.
Have you mic'd the other bit since?
No, I learned, and I remembered, and then what I did was I mixed up some resin.
Yeah.
With
that's another good start for a frog.
It is if you're making a resin frog.
Yes.
Resin always comes in handy.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So I like how you've left all of the mixing in case anybody that's watching it does not know how to mix resin.
Oh, you never know. This may be the first video that anybody has ever watched about resin.
Do you think?
Yeah. You never know.
Boy, did they click on the wrong channel. Oh boy, are they in the wrong place.
I would like to watch a video on resin frogs and they choose this one.
Okay. Anyway, I put a little bit of what do you call it? Diamond mica in there, which is it's basically really, really super fine. No, it's not super fine. It's quite coarse mica. So you get like a shimmery effect rather than
so the light refracts off it.
Look at you.
I know.
Yeah, that's what it does.
I know.
I guess.
Yeah.
I suppose. I don't know. It makes it sparkly.
Yeah.
Makes it sparkle.
That's all you care about, really, isn't it?
Is it going to sparkle? Yeah. Is it pretty? Is it going to sparkle?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I just poured it in.
Yeah.
Like that.
Well done.
But I did not fill it up to the top.
Is this the point where I heard the screaming?
No. No.
Is it not?
No. Don't think so. It's possible. It's quite possible that there was screaming. Well, I wouldn't call it screaming. I would call it an initial concern followed by distress.
Yeah. It might not even be this frog.
I don't think it's this frog.
No, it seems to be going quite well so far.
No, I think it might be this frog. I don't know. I made so many of them. I've made a few frogs. I quite enjoyed making this frog. There was something about making a frog that I really enjoyed. I can see why Froggy Friday's a thing.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It's a nice sort of...
It's a nice mould as well, to be fair.
It's a really nice mould. It's a nice...
Yeah.
I don't know. I just really enjoyed it. It was good fun.
Therapeutic.
I found it very therapeutic because I can't remember what we'd been doing up to.
You'd been planning lots of stuff.
Yeah, there'd been lots of planning and lots of boring stuff. So this was just a good thing. So I got this little set. It's designed for
nail art.
Nail art. Yeah, it came in a box that has got loads of. There's a couple of like sequins and shapes and shiny things, and there's just a variety of different bits and pieces. And I thought, as this week is we are doing a celestial theme.
We are, because you did the zodiac.
We did zodiac.
Key rings.
We did. Yes.
Key rings, aren't they?
Yes, which was just basically an excuse to use on my pretty glitters. But I thought I'll keep in with that
theme.
Yeah, and I'll do a celestial frog.
A celestial frog.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
is that why you've got stars and moons?
It is, but if you notice, they're different. They're different stars and different moons and all that kind of stuff. So this is like a golden colour thingy. It's they're golden colour stars and moons and whatnot. Now I start off really, really sort of with a great intent of placing them precisely.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
You were trying to use my
And then
my silicone tweezers.
and then what I found was that those tweezers didn't work. And then I found that my other tweezers were, how can I put this, filthy dirty from the last time Kirk used them and didn't pick anything up. So then I thought, well, I'm just going to
chuck them in
and see what happens.
Chuck them in and then push them around.
I thought I'd chuck them in and then I'll push them around, and if nothing else, it'll look like I'm an artiste.
Look like you're an artiste.
Like I'm an artiste. So that's exactly what I did. I put them in and I just placed them where I thought they'd look artistic.
I'm placing them in an artistic fashion.
And then I thought, I had this thought.
Oh.
Are you ready for this? There is no purple in this frog. So I thought, I've got some little purple shiny stars. I'll just pop a tiny little, itsy bitsy little bit of purple.
Can I just say?
Yeah.
You're dipping those things into the frog.
Yeah.
And then you're dipping the thing back into it.
Yeah.
So there's potentially resin in there.
Yeah, but it's UV, so it doesn't matter. Those things will only ever be used by me and will only ever be used with UV.
Yeah, but as soon as a bit of light hits them...
It won't. It's gone back in the box because I put things away. Yeah, I know this is a concept that you don't fully grasp.
But you put stuff away so well that you can't find it ever again.
Yeah, but at least we know that I own them now.
Yeah.
I've had those.
Never to be seen again.
I've had those about 8 months. Anyway, stop interfering with my artistic process. So, after that level had cured, I then got out, there were some of the same, but they're in a rose gold colour. Obviously, they're not actual rose gold because that would be more than $9.99 from Amazon.
Yeah, $10.99.
For rose gold, a little bit more. So I got some rose gold of the same sort of style and design, and this is me just typing something in. I'm obviously watching someone's videos at this point, and I'm leaving a comment.
Yes,
because that's what I do. And then I realised I was in camera, so I hid it very cleverly, as you can see, on my lap.
Yes.
You see me there?
Yeah. Just so you can't see.
It's a stealth keyboard. Nobody knows.
That's actually a good keyboard because it's got a rubber.
Yeah, it's got a silicone rubber on it.
It's got a silicone cover over the top of it, so you can also.
Yeah, I can. My gloves can be as dirty as you like, and I can still type and use my keyboard. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that level's now dry. Popped another level of UV on, and then I popped
the rose gold ones.
These ones on. Now there was no messing around with.
Did you place these artistically?
These are placed. Actually, these are placed quite specifically because I didn't want them to overlap the other ones.
Yeah.
That one wasn't. That one wouldn't come up, so I just picked it up and chucked it in. Some of them were a bit. They're very stubborn. Some of these stars, but they're really good. Actually, I was genuinely quite impressed. I've not used these before in anything. Because I liked the other things that came in the box, but
and more resin covered stuff there.
It's not, because you don't actually put the tip of that into the UV. You literally just pick it up and knock it off. You don't dip it in like you're suggesting. It's not right. This is a technique that requires a very steady, very gentle hand.
Okay.
Okay.
You're saying that I wouldn't be able to do it?
You would not be able to do it in a million years.
See, that sounds like a challenge.
No, I'm not challenging you. I'm simply stating fact.
Okay.
Let's not. And after the last challenge, where you were the loser, I was the winner. That's got legs.
Yeah.
And then I popped another little bit of UV just to set those in place.
Yeah.
And then
UV'd it.
No, I just did enough UV to cover the ones that I just put in.
So they wouldn't move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then to the left, slightly out of shot, whilst I'm UVing, I'm multitasking. I'm mixing up my next bit of resin to go over the to give that a thing.
A thing?
I don't know what's the word I'm looking for.
Would you like me to write you a list
No!
of like technical words?
Oh my God. The base, it's not the base though, is it? It's the top, but it'll be the bottom when it comes out.
Yeah.
Backing coat.
I'm gonna write you a crib sheet.
What's the shut? Just listen. If all you're gonna do is mock,
that's all I do.
That's true. I don't do that. It's not the sort of thing I would do. Anyway,
yes.
I'm mixing up some resin.
Yeah. Extremely fast.
Yeah.
And loads of bubbles in there.
Yeah, there's loads of bubbles in there. Colour does no one's gonna see.
Are you colouring it?
I don't know because it's not in shot.
You made it.
Yeah, but this was a while ago now. I've made other things since then.
Okay.
I think I do, yes.
So in proper YouTube style,
yeah,
you're doing it out of shot.
Yeah.
Like a proper YouTuber.
I am a professional YouTuber.
Yeah.
Just out of shot.
So you're using the gold, is that the gold Aurora?
It is the gold Aurora. And what I do is, oh yes, I remember now. So I had this bright idea that I would take the gold Aurora and pop it over the clear, and then I'd back it with black.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I thought so. And I continue to think so in about 3 minutes. Maybe less.
About 3 minutes.
I don't know how long it is before the demould, but at that moment I also still thought it was a very good idea.
Do you not think it was a good idea then after?
Well, I had doubts because what I have found is that I'll do something and I'll be doing really well, and then I'll do something and it'll be like, turn it to poop.
Are you referring to the snow globe?
Yes. So I had some doubts at this stage. And more sparkle.
That was a big spoonful of sparkle.
Yeah, but I'm using it as the backing coat, so it's fine. I specifically wanted sparkle in the backing coat.
Okay.
It's a celestial frog.
Yeah.
So these are the stars.
Okay.
Listen, don't be judging my artistic choices. I have creative license to do as I choose.
Yes, you do.
Oh.
Is this where you fill in the bit that you're not supposed to fill in?
It might be. I'm
Did you...
I feel you're focusing on that bit just a little bit too much.
I am, because
see at this point
it's funny.
At this point I'm confused and I'm like, do I need to fill them in or not? This is me pausing and literally I don't know. I'm literally like I
can hear it now.
Do I do it?
What's going on?
And then I thought, here's what I'll do. I'll do this bit, and Kirk will very cleverly realise what I've done, and he will cut that from the video.
Oh, hell no.
So that when this does go out, I don't look to be a complete and utter...
What's the point in that?
But clearly not.
No.
Or maybe I stopped recording myself. I don't remember.
That's possible, to be fair.
It is possible.
I mean, but you not recording something is par for the course, really. I'm actually surprised that we've actually got the whole frog being...
I know. This isn't the one I did that on.
You actually realised...
Yeah.
This is the BB Craft dragon mould,
so
that's the...
It's the pyramid replacement, isn't it?
It is.
Because what we used to do is all the sort of extra bits of stuff we used to pour into a giant pyramid mould.
But we had so many pyramids lying around.
I've now got 4 pyramids, and they just take months and months and months to fill. So I decided that we would use the little dragon mould.
Although we do have quite a fair few dragons now.
We do, but I can get rid of those easy.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
Get the grandkids over.
Yeah,
as long as it's got a bit of purple or pink in it.
Lying around and they go, oh, you want that one, do you? Okay.
Yeah, take it. Off you go.
Yeah, off you go, yeah.
And then we get the look off off the daughter that says,
Yeah, because she's got quite a fair bit.
She's
now,
got
hasn't
quite a lot of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the demould.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I have to say,
Hmm.
it's not the easiest mould to demould because of the fingers. You have to be quite careful of those fingers and toes.
Yeah, that bit. Once you've got that bit demoulded, the rest of it comes. the back legs are quite.
Yeah. It took me a moment or two to figure out, and it probably didn't help that I have actually filled those bits up.
You filled the one side.
They're both full. They're clear.
So you obviously forgot.
No, they're clear. Both sides are clear.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
So at this point, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's not supposed to be like that. So it comes out a little bit deformed, but that's soon rectified.
It comes out deformed?
Yeah, it's got extra bits on his leg that it's not supposed to have.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
And I was very concerned about his toes. That was all I was worried about, was his toes.
You do have to be careful with those toes. But
Yeah.
Once you've got those out, you can
easy.
be quite.
I do.
You can be quite aggressive with the rest of the mould.
I just rip his head off.
Yeah. Well, almost.
That was me ripping his head off.
Yeah. And there's your little
there he
celestial frog. Now, if you could just show it to the camera, that would be great.
I will. Will you just be patient? There he is.
I think that Aurora thing you did on the buttons looks really good.
I am wise.
You are wise.
I am.
That looks really good.
Yeah, I am. So there you go, showing it to the camera, a little bit of blurriness.
Yeah. Again, professional there.
Professional blurriness.
Yeah.
Honestly, my camera would not pick it up. It was just rude, frankly. But there we go. So, thank you to anyone who's still with us.
Yeah.
Make sure you check out the playlist down below.
Yeah.
Because it's Froggy Friday is always a good little mini binge.
Yeah.
Although it's getting more and more.
Yeah, it's quite interesting to see what people do each week with a frog.
With the same mould.
Yeah,
definitely. So we will pop some pictures on the end.
Yeah.
And feel free to like subscribe, blah 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 blah. And we will see you in the next one.
Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Bye for now.
Bye.